Well, hello everyone, this is Marcus back again, this time with the 7th part of Let's Play Spyro the Dragon Reignited Trilogy. And now we are in Beastmakers. And also Spyro has gone from blue to green, because I actually think that green looks actually quite nice and actually suits him in the Beastmakers world, so that's what I've decided to do. So I've changed Spyro's colour to green for this part of the Let's Play. Where we'll be clearing out the Beastmaker's Homeworld, as well as doing the flight level, probably the hardest flight level in the game. I can't exactly remember what that flight level was actually called, to be exact. And also the first level here, which will be of course Terrace Village. The first dragon here is Bruno.
Nasty North is turning our swamp into an electrified junk heap. And it used to be so beautiful.
I'm sure it was.
I don't know if you just heard that, guys, but I'm really sorry if you did. A train just went past my house, so you have to excuse that if that is the case you did hear that. Now this is something I've noticed seems to have changed in the Reignited Trilogy. These boars here don't seem as big anymore. And they don't seem as aggressive as they did in the original. They seem actually to be a bit more easy to tackle now, so that's actually something pretty interesting that they've changed. And of course there's a boar hidden round here, which is something you must know of, because every time I used to play this game, it's only till recently, I've only just recently started knowing that there actually is a boar hidden round there, and it can do some serious damage, especially if it knocks you into the water and you don't have many sparks left, so that'll be 2 hits in one, so you want to avoid that.
Spyro, it's great to see you, but I gotta go.
When I say I always used to run down there when it had sparks in green, as in like 1 sparks left, and I always end up used to dying because you took 1 hit from the boar hitting you, another hit from landing in the water, so that is not pretty at all, so I want to avoid that from happening in future, so collect some of the gems around here, which can be pretty well hidden. Of course, here's the level treetops, which is probably the hardest level in the game, from the exception of Misty Bog, which I'd say are the 2 hardest levels in the game. Treetops because of the jumping and supercharge precision required, and I'd say also the hardest one is Misty Bog because of the enemies, especially the plants that eat you. I can just imagine the level treetops with Misty Bog enemies. That'd be like a right challenge. It'd probably make it hell even, to be exact. Well, I said treetops with Misty Bog enemies would come as a real challenge. It'd be like Stormy Ascent DLC for Spyro. And I don't think there are gems around here. No, they're not. And of course I've got to long glide over here to get the key, which will unlock the chest that we've just seen back there. Right, I seriously don't know what you guys think to this, but a lot of people say that Beastmakers is their least favourite homeworld. Whereas personally I actually have to disagree on that, because it's actually one of my favourite homeworlds in the game. Although I won't say it's one of my absolute favourites, I'd actually say it's a homeworld I actually do really enjoy, and I really enjoyed the levels in Beastmakers. However, I would say that it's quite underrated. So I believe the last gems are towards a flight level that I've just previously mentioned, which I don't know the name of, but I shall remember it in a minute. What was it? It was Wild Flight. How did I not remember that? I mean, it's very rare that I remember names of Spyro levels, guys, so you're just going to bear with me with this. So here goes Face pain. Wild flight. Got to be wild flight, hasn't it? Hopefully nothing too ugly happens here, because as you probably all played this level before, you'll probably know that wild flight can be a real pain in the ass. And also, especially with this camera glitch now in Reignited Trilogy, which makes it feel so that Spyro's being magnetised to the water like previously mentioned. I think on one of my later videos, is it Jonathan Spyro 557? Actually clarified that. And I've just died because that is actually nothing different to expect, because I mean, because as I've said before, this is probably one of the hardest flight levels in the game. And again! I died again! I don't recall it being this hard in the original, however it was still very hard. That was close to the water there. So now I've got the rest of the gems and one more boat. And then it's pretty easy from there on. Just getting the chests and the planes. And as you can probably see, I've got plenty of time left, so I'm not exactly got to stress about this now, so I think I'll take down the planes now. I don't think I have to take them all down in order, because that's just going to take more time. And time is something you do not have in these flight missions. So I believe these are the last two chests. Yes. Third time lucky, I managed to do it. And I would have screamed if I'd have clicked retry then. Seriously, I would have screamed if I'd have clicked retry, because I do not want to be put through the hell of doing this level again. So now we are going to do the first level of the Beastmaker's Homeworld. Once I get the boars out of the way, and that is, of course, Terrace Village, which I'd say is actually my least favourite level of the Beastmaker's Homeworld. However, it's certainly not a bad level, because of course no Spyro levels are really bad levels, or any levels are fine boring, apart from, as I've previously mentioned, Lost Fleet from Spyro Year of the Dragon. So at least I'm grateful that I'm actually playing Terrace Village, so here we go. As you can probably see, a lot of the chests in this level are pretty well hidden. It could be a real pain in the ass to find some treasure in this area, so. And you do pretty much have to zigzag in this level as well, so. And backtrack. Which are not exactly my two strong suits. But who cares, at least I'm playing Spyro, so I'm happy. I just wonder if I can get the skill point first time on this. or if I can get a skill point at all, because as I said, I'm not exactly going for skill points purposely, but if I get skill points, I'm more than happy that I've got skill points, though. Which of course in this level you've got to make it through the electric fields without a single stun off the ground. Just check with spikes. Nope, no more gems left in this area, thank goodness. And there is a gem here, around here somewhere, that I've missed. Of course it had to be an enemy I missed, which is not something I usually do. So on we go into the next part now, which is where the electric fields begin.
Watch out, Spyro. The Norks in these parts have discovered the power of electricity, and it really stings.
And another thing I've noticed as well, these guys with the zappers there, that I've just taken out, they seem to fire a little bit quicker than they did in the original game. So sometimes you run towards them. And there goes my skill point. Oh dear. I usually charge these as well, which has always been a bit of a confusion because I've actually made these smaller now in Reignited Trilogy. I wonder if there's any treasure around here. I don't think there is, so that's that part completed. I just need to go to do the glide to get the rest of these chests right here. I want to clear this area down below first, but I've got to come back down here anyway because you've got to be able to get up there to get a few treasure up here. So I definitely like the job that they've done with the Beastmaker's Homeworld and Reignited Trilogy, which I'll tell you about just after we've rescued Cyprin.
Good job, Spyro. One day you'll be able to tell all the dragons about your amazing adventures.
Sure, but what I'd really like to do is get out of this swamp.
Well, I say I really like the job that they've been doing with this swamp right here. So you can see the far mist, which is green in the distance. Also the waterfalls right here look beautiful as well as the swamp water. You can see the mountains in the distance, which is something that they've done really well in Reignited Trilogy. And also that sky as well, it sort of like looks like the Northern Lights, but it's got... And I thought that that was not part of the electric field, so I've definitely blown the skill point right here. Well, I say they've definitely done a great job with the look on the horizon, as you can see right here. With the green sky and everything like that. And this has always been the most challenging part of the level for me, which is gliding over here. Because I always used to time it wrong and end up landing on this when it were being zapped, so... Which is not exactly what I wanted to happen. Because as you know, you either get hurt or you die, so... Now this is the part I always used to like struggle to find all the rest of the treasures. So what you got to do is you got to do a long glide around here, which is pretty straightforward to do. I will point out that actually the first time I completed this game 100% was in 2010. I think I was 14 when I first did it, so that was actually a pretty proud achievement for back then. Alright, this is where you usually can get a trophy. So this is what you do. We usually light all 3 fireworks very quickly, within 15 seconds. But obviously I've already unlocked the trophy, so that's not exactly a concern anymore, but I'll say I like the 3 fireworks in 15 seconds and it pops a trophy for that. Of which I just demonstrated, which I didn't really need to, because now I've got to go back again to get these treasures. I'm not too sure if you can actually unlock that trophy in Nasty's loot. By lighting all the 3 fireworks at the end. I'm not too sure about that. Maybe you can. But I definitely know it unlocks the trophy in Terrace Village like so. So that should be all of the treasure. Nope. Sparks is pointing over here, so I've obviously missed some treasure here. So where's that missing then? Interesting. I thought that was it, but Sparks isn't even pointing in that direction. Sparks is pointing me down here. Here, in the corner. This can be a real pain. Trying to find treasures that are like hidden in long grass. I mean, look at the long grass here and they put treasure in it. That was actually one bad move. I wish they'd have kept the grass shorter. And hopefully if we one day get a Nintendo Switch release, due to the lower graphical capabilities of the Switch, they should actually cut the grass shorter, which will actually make the Switch version actually better in my opinion. Because I think games seem to like overdo it a bit with the graphics. It could just be me, but I mean, good graphics obviously look nice. But I'd say I play a game more for the gameplay and the story than for the graphics. So, but as I say, the presentation of this game is really nice. So there we have it. That's been part 7 of Let's Play Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I sure hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll of course see you all in part 8.